position.
Okay, so we just finished watching the video where you saw a nurse demonstrating how to give the SBAR report. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. So to recap, we had this lecture today that taught us about patient safety, and we looked at patient safety when we're dealing with communication. And we talked about using the SBAR tool to give report when you call the doctor to give report about the patient. The SBAR stands for S is situation, what is going on with the patient. The B is for background. You want to give the physician some information about the patient. The patient came in from ER last night. Your assessment, what do you think is going on with this patient? Well, the patient came in from the ER. We put in a Foley. The Foley's cloudy now. They're tachycardic. They have tachypnea. Their blood pressure is getting a little low. I'm worried that the patient has sears, and I'm worried that the patient might be getting septic. And then the R is for the recommendation, and that's sometimes the hardest part. We want to tell the physician what we want. And I would say, would you like to get some blood cultures? Would you like to get a CBC? Would you like to come in and see the patient? So we've gone over that a couple of times. Does anybody have any more questions at all? Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to go upstairs to the skill lab where you guys are going to role play the part. We'll get one of the volunteers to be the nurse and one of the volunteers to be the patient. So let's go upstairs. Okay, girls, thank you for volunteering. So we saw the video this morning and we had a lecture about SBAR, but now we're actually going to role play it. I'm going to let you guys take turns. One of you is going to be the patient and the other will be the nurse. We'll go through the scenario and then we'll switch places, okay? Do you have any questions? All right. Marie, I'll let you be the nurse. Okay. I'll be your preceptor and we'll let Brenna be the patient. So go ahead and get in bed, Brenna. And I'm going to come in right at the end of your assessment. Okay, so Marie, you've just finished your assessment on your patient. Can you tell me what you found?
Brenna here, she's got her heart rate's increased from the last time I checked on her. Her breath sounds, she's got a temperature.
Okay, all right.
And her respirations are
okay.
tight.
All right. What do you think's going on with the patient?
I'm not sure, but her Foley has a little bit of cloudiness in it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she's septic.
Okay.
Should we call the doctor?
Yeah, let's do that. Are you comfortable calling the doctor?
No.
Okay, well what we'll do, we've got our mnemonic here on the board, and what we'll do is you and I will practice it first so that you'll feel a little bit more comfortable with it. So when you're calling me, be reading the mnemonic, and let's see how we can do it. We'll practice before you call the doctor, okay? All right.
Ring, ring.
This is Dr. Jones.
Hi, Dr. Jones. This is Marie over at Harris.
Mm-hmm.
I've got patient Brenna here. She's running a little fever, and her heart rate and respiratory rate is a little, has increased.
Okay.
Are you familiar with this patient?
No, I'm not. Can you give me some information about her?
She came in from the ED last night. She's got some abdominal pain, and they had put a catheter in her while she was there, and it looks cloudy to me.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and let the doctor know what you think's going on with the patient.
I think this patient may be septic and possible SIRS.
Okay.
Do you want to get blood cultures or urine culture? Do you want to come up here and see this patient?
Okay, that's a good idea. If you'll go ahead and get a CBC and a blood culture and a UA special, I'll be up in about 15 minutes to come see her.
Okay.
Okay. So that was great. Very good. Now we're going to let you call the doctor, okay? So you're going to do the same thing. Tell him what you found, what the background is, what you think's going on, and what you would like him to do about it. Be firm, okay?
Okay.
So let's go over to the desk and you can call the doctor here.
Ring, ring.
Hi, this is Dr. Jones. I was paged.
Hey, Dr. Jones, this is Marie over at Harris. I'm over in the ICU, and I've got your patient here, Brenna. She's got some temperature, and heart rate and respiratory rate has increased since my last assessment with her. Are you familiar with this patient?
No, not at all. I just took over a call. Can you tell me a little bit more about her?
She came from the ER last night, and she already had a Foley bag. She had an abdominal pain issue, and they put a Foley in her, and her Foley bag is cloudy. I think she may become septic or have SIRS. Do you want some cultures, blood cultures, urine culture, or do you want to come up and see her?
It's going to be a few minutes until I can get there, but I'll definitely come see her. In the meantime, why don't you go ahead and get those blood cultures and a urine culture and a CBC, and I'll be there as soon as I can.
Okay, will do.
Thank you.
No problem. Bye.
Okay, Brenna. Now you've finished assessing your patient. Can you tell me what you found?
Her respiratory rate's getting a little high along with her heart rate, but her blood pressure's dropping. She has a fever and her Foley is kind of cloudy.
Okay. What do you think's going on with the patient?
I think she might be getting septic.
Okay, so what do we need to do next?
We need to call the doctor.
Okay, are you comfortable with that?
No.
Okay, well, why don't we practice what we learned today in class? You and I can practice doing a report using the S-bar. It's right there on the wall. And we'll practice one time before we let you call the doctor, okay?
Okay.
I'll be the doctor while we practice.
Ring, ring.
Hello, this is Dr. Smith.
Hi, Dr. Smith. This is Brenna up in ICU. I have a patient here, Marie, and she's, do you know anything about her?
We'll start with the situation. We start with the situation. What did you find?
Her heart rate's a little high and her blood pressure's low. She also has a fever.
Okay.
Do you know anything about this patient?
You know, I don't. I just now took call, so can you give me some information, please?
She came to the ED last night for abdominal pain.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's developing septic, or she's becoming septic.
Okay.
And I was wondering if you wanted me to get some blood cultures or if you'd like to come and see the patient.
That's a good idea. Why don't you go ahead and order some blood cultures and a CBC, and I'll be up in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, now you saw how we did that. You clearly follow the S-bar mnemonic, and that helps you to know what to say.
Okay.
Okay, so are you ready to call the doctor?
I think
Okay,
so.
let's go do that. Why don't you come over here to the desk and you can call the doctor.
Ring, ring.
Hi, this is Dr. Jones. I was paged.
Hey, Dr. Jones. This is Brenna up in ICU. I have a patient up here, Marie, and she seems to be tachycardic and her blood pressure's low. She also has a fever. Do you know anything about this patient?
No, I just took over for Dr. Smith. I don't know this patient at all. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
She came in last night to the ED with abdominal pain, and she also came up from the ER with a Foley. I was thinking that she was becoming a little bit septic and wondering if you wanted to order any blood cultures or maybe if you wanted to come and see the patient.
Yeah, it's going to take me about 30 minutes to get there, so in the meantime, why don't you go ahead and get a set of blood cultures, a CBC, and go ahead and do a chest x-ray, and I'll be there shortly.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.